Day. It is such a beautiful day today. I hope you all can like hear the wind in the background because it's like so windy. I today is an amazing topic. I'm so excited for today's topic. I was supposed to do this live a couple days ago, but I had to reschedule it. But I'm so glad that we're here to go ahead and get this started. Now, we are going to be talking about astrocartography and how to plan a successful trip. Okay, this is going to be as detailed as I possibly can get it, and without it being a presentation or anything like that. Eventually, I will get to the presentations, y'all. I promise. I am. I'm actually gonna, just make sure that I keep showing up, make sure I keep doing these types of videos. I am wanting to create a school if I get a lot of interest with, other people that want to utilize and travel, that want to travel using astrocartography. Now, let me make sure that my audio is good because I am using the mic this time. Astrocartography. Okay. Now, it's perfect. So, we are going to have a lot to talk about today. I'm probably going to be showing my dog. I'm probably going to be showing you all some things as well, just so that you can kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. So I got my trusty iPad here as well and my notes. So let's go ahead and get started with today. If you are just joining, my name is Tyler. You can, let me make sure that the comments, okay, because I know last time I had it off. So, like I said, if you're just joining, my name is Tyler and I'm an astrocartographer and a holistic wellness coach. And I've been creating content on YouTube since 2021. And I'm excited to bring these new topics to you all. Astrocartography as well as just a lot of lifestyle videos as well. So let's go ahead and get started. So one of the things that, hold on, let me make sure. Okay. So one of the things that we're going to really put into motion when we're utilizing astrocartography is really being intentional. So my channel is all about being intentional when you are traveling. And we're in 2024, everybody's so into, their nervous system and making sure that their environments and everything like that is conducive to who they are on the inside. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining. My name is Tyler. We're talking about aligning with astrocartography. If you're unfamiliar with the idea or the concept of it, I will be going into that in a little bit. So yes, we know that we're now in 2024. Everyone's so into doing things so intentionally and being your authentic self. So this is how we're going to travel, being our most authentic selves and making sure that we're in alignment with particular energies that is around the world. And that's where astrocartography comes in. So astrocartography is about 54 years old. It's not that old. It's a fairly new concept that was created by a man. Well, it wasn't created by him, but it was cultivated by a man called Jim Lewis. He has a book. If you watch my last live or if you go to the description, you'll see my Amazon link and all of the resources that I may be talking about are going to be in that link. So it was cultivated by Jim Lewis, and from there, it kind of went off by storm. So not a lot of people practice this. Hello from Dubai. Thank you. Not a lot of people practice astrocartography or at least, teach it or show it. And so I'm so grateful to be a part. Can you all still... Hello. Okay, I'm back. So, hello from India. So, sorry, I'm trying to pick up where I left off. For some reason, I lost connection. So, now that we're back, let's go ahead and start to dive a little bit more into astrocartography. Um, yes, a lot of these concepts are old. It's just that a lot of them are, now being cultivated by the new age. So we're just doing things a little bit more differently with a little bit more technology. So today we're talking about astrocartography and how you can use it to travel intentionally. Astrocartography is a branch of astrology. So just like astrology uses people, astrocartography uses places. So the concept of astrocartography is, if you are familiar with astrology, it goes based off of your birth chart. So you have to have your exact time and your birthplace in order to pull up your astrocartography map. And so just like an astrology wheel, the astrocartography map shows you exactly where those planets are in your wheel, but it shows it to you on a world map. So now when you're looking at your energy in astrology, you can actually see that on a world. So all of those planets have specific latitudes and longitudes, and that's what the map shows you. So those exact planets that are in your wheel, you're going to be able to see that on the map, which is pretty cool. So not only do you see the main planetary lines, you also see the aspects. And aspects are just basically how the planets talk and connect with each other so that they can create a story. And so you can see those same lines as well on an astrocartography map. So the way that we are using this to be intentional is each planet has an exact energy associated with it, right? So if we talk about Jupiter, Jupiter is a planet of expansion and opportunity. And if you are someone that's in business, that would be a really good planet for you to start a business. That'll be a really good planetary line to start a business. Or let's say you are, wanting to be a social media, you want to create some content, but you want to make sure that a lot of people see the video. You could go to your sun line, or you could go to a Mercury line, so that way your communication with your audience is better. So there's a lot of different ways that you can utilize this energy, and so that's what we're essentially going to be talking about today. What I want to really mainly focus on when it comes to astrocartography is really being intentional about personal growth in all of these areas that we're going to be traveling to. So just like how, everyone wants to be intentional and, want to really work on themselves and begin to just really transform their lives and get out of stagnant energy. That's how we're going to use astrocartography to do it, because a lot of the people that may be in stagnant energy, they're not realizing that, their environment isn't really helping to bring in anything. Or some people are like, oh, well, I keep trying to do these certain things, but life is not allowing me to do it, right? But that's probably most likely because of the environment that you're in. Hey, Trinidad and Tobago. Hi, Anthony. How are you? So, let's go ahead and start to talk about an example from me. All right, I'll give an example of how I utilize astrocartography for a few different things. So the main way, or the first way that I used it intentionally, was when I was traveling to my Pluto line. So Pluto is really all about, this dog keeps running that. Pluto is really all about transformation. It's all about peace, and it's all about really just being in your authentic nature, honestly, just relaxing. So when I went to my Pluto line, I actually didn't even film content at all, because I really wanted to be in that energy that I went there for, right? For relaxation, rejuvenation, and just a reset in life. And that's what the Pluto energy really brought to me. And so I was really grateful for that energy. So that's how I used it intentionally. Even when you don't use it intentionally, it still affects your life somehow. So For example, when I learned about this, I made sure to do a lot of research. I'm the type of person that I will go to the past and I'll look at the past and make sure and see how things relate to my life. And so when I utilized, once I found out about astrocartography, I looked at Costa Rica because I used to live there. And I tried to see what planets were influencing me based on, and I compared it based on the actual experience that I had there. And lo and behold, a lot of the experiences that I had there were really connected to the lines that I had there. And if anybody has any questions, just let me know as I'm going. Hello from Africa. Wow. I think this is why I really like going live on YouTube, because it really like connects me to more people around the world versus Instagram, where it's just like my, supporters on there. So I love that. While I look this up, if you all are just tuning in, I am talking about astrocartography. It is a branch of astrology, and it helps you find your most auspicious places to live in the world. And so we're talking about how we can be intentional when it comes to traveling now. So I wanted to show you all Costa Rica because I believe that the front camera, I believe that on YouTube it shows it the front way, so you'll be able to see it. Go to Central America and then major aspects. So I'm in America. I'm on the East Coast. So pretty far from Africa and Trinidad. And I think I saw India, and I love that. So I'm going to show you all Costa Rica and what was influencing me there. You should be able to see it. So this is my astrocartography map, and this is Costa Rica. I'm pretty sure you all should be able to see it. But you see all of those lines, those are all planetary lines. And all of those energies were literally influencing me there when I was living there. And all of these lines, I really felt all of that energy. So it was near my Venus descendant line, and Venus is all about your external, the descendant line is all about your external experience. So with me being on Venus, it was all about me creating, that amazing experience with the descendant. So let's go ahead and actually, let me see if I can pull up the other one. But I think that is all for Costa Rica. So let's talk about how we can use it to, hold on. Okay. Okay. So yeah, we're not going to do that on here. There we go. So please be respectful. I do not play with that. Please be respectful. So the next thing that we're going to go ahead and talk about is identifying your goals when it comes to astrocartography. And all right, and so the main thing that we're going to focus on is utilizing it in an intentional way. So the way that we're going to keep doing that is you would have to pull up your astrocartography map, and you can do that by going to astro.com, which was the website that I just showed you all. And so when we utilize that website, it's going to make us see different parts of our chart in the world, right? So let's say you want to use astrocartography for Venus energy. You can go ahead and look for your Venus line. But the first thing that I would suggest really getting intentional about is the type of energy that you're actually looking for. So let's say in your life right now, you're looking to focus on your business, or you're looking to find love, or you're looking to make sure that you are in alignment when it comes to your business and American. And so once you choose the type of, energy that you're actually looking for, then that's when you're going to base it off of a planet. So I'm going to give a few examples of a few different planets so that you guys can kind of get an idea of how you would utilize it. So I think earlier I gave an example of Mercury. So if you want to be better at communicating, let's say you're in a relationship and the communication is a little off and you want to travel to your Mercury line to be able to express yourself a little bit better. That's an intentional way that you can utilize it. Another way is with the moon. The moon is all about your emotions, and it's all about basically feeling home, feeling like home. So if you're living somewhere right now that does not feel like home, you could travel to your moon line, and that's what's going to be able to help you. Another thing is Mars. Mars is really all about a lot of action taken and really just being in your drive. So if you're someone right now, let's say you're working on a business and you want to utilize the Mars energy to make sure that you can keep going, to make sure that you have a lot of stamina within your actual energy. So that's going to be really, 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 really good. Okay, so are you doing meditation or something? You mean in this moment or in general? So once you get intentional about the direction that you want to go in when you're going to be using astrocartography, the next thing that you want to do is actually begin to plan the trip, right? So once you know, okay, hey, I want to go to my let's say moon line, because I'm loving the moon line with it being all about home and wanting to change your actual environment. So let's say that you're intentional about wanting to create the purpose of traveling to that line to create a home. Then that's what you're going to utilize the moon line for. So the next thing that you want to do is pull up your astrocartography map and locate your moon line. I can actually show you all what the Thank you. I can actually show you all what the moon line would look like because I actually live near my moon line. Let me see if I can pull it up. Where is North America? Here we go. All right, so the moon line is going to look like this. You see that blue line and it says the ascendant? That's the moon line. So for me, my moon line runs right through the middle of the United States. But if I'm on the eastern side of it, that would be the West Coast. And if I'm on the western side of it, that would be the East Coast. So it's a little different when you're utilizing astrocartography with East and West. But I would locate that line and see, okay, well, what areas would I like to go to or visit in near this line? Now, you don't need to be directly on it. You can be, I would say, within about 250 miles away from it, just to kind of still get the energy. A lot of people do say that you can, go up to about 400 miles, but I say to stick within that 200 to 250 mile radius. And so when you're using it, you choose your moon line, then you want to choose exactly where you want to go. So let's say you have another moon line that's in Africa or in Thailand. You can simply just, choose that line and make sure you check your aspects. And that's going to give you the exact, energy. Well, not the exact, but it's going to give you very close to the energy that you may experience when you are traveling to those different regions. And also consider weather. Weather is very important too, especially if it's like a vacation. You don't want to just, choose somewhere only because it's based on the line, right? So make sure you're factoring weather and all of the other aspects. Yes, life is only related to energy, vibration, and frequency. Absolutely. So that's what astrocartography is. It helps us to align with specific frequencies and vibrations, especially when it comes to, self-development and anything that we want to kind of manifest into the reality. And that's why I like it. It's a way for us to really be intentional about our travels and where we live and where we, work. That is so important nowadays, especially with everything that's going on in the world. that is just, really important. So once you kind of figure out exactly where you want to be, right? You've chosen the line. You were intentional about the energy that you want. So you've chosen the astrocartography line and you've checked the aspects and you got the weather together. Now the next thing that you want to do is just really kind of plan out your trip. And it's like you're planning any other trip. And one thing that I do want to make sure that I'm being very clear about is life is life. Life is going to life no matter where you are. Okay. But what happens is when you change your location, you'll start to notice that different things become prominent in that area for you. So let's say you're home right now and your drive and your focus is all about, family, and it's all about trying to make it there. But let's say you travel somewhere and that next place, it's all about, now you don't have to worry about traveling, right? But now let's say you're so driven on your passions. And so it just expresses itself in different ways. Hi, Nidalo. This live is about astrocartography. It is a branch of astrology that helps you find your most auspicious places to live or work, or simply just be and evolve within the world. So kind of how astrology is for places. Astrology is for people. Astrocartography is for places. And so I'm basically talking about how we can utilize the cosmic energy of astrocartography in order to be in alignment with our environment. So just, having our external piece represented in a place that's going to be conducive to us maintaining our inner being. So that's what today's live is about. So if you're interested, keep watching for sure. And then you can always subscribe to watch the replay, because I did talk about a lot of good things. And right now we're talking about just how you can kind of plan your trip utilizing astrocartography. So once you've planned out your trip and you've gotten your activities and things down, that's going to be very important. So like I was saying, it's just like any other trip, you're living life. Life is going to life. So you are who you are no matter where you go. But this just allows you to shift the focus on particular things that are happening in your life. And it allows you to focus and really be intentional about that. So once you are, you're going to plan your activities just like any other trip, which is, fun, right? Or if that trip is for you to just relax and just be, then that's exactly what it is. I think I explained a little bit earlier that I went to my Pluto line and I literally just relaxed. But I also went out. I went to museums. I did DIY projects. I really just kind of tapped into my creativity as well as just chilling. You can plan a lot of workshops as well. Like let's say you wanted to go to, or you wanted to create something out there. You can actually utilize that energy to make sure that you are being intentional. So if you're choosing the moon line and you want to make it a home, why not, go see homes, right? Why not really try to put yourself in that energy? Contact a realtor, make that one of your excursions for that trip. That's how you can be really intentional. You could also use the moon line to tap into your emotions. So maybe you want to journal, right? The moon is all about your emotions and your inner being. So that could be a good place to practice emotional intelligence if that's something that you want to work towards. This is not a travel channel, but I do travel a lot and I'm an astrocartographer. So I don't want to say that it's a travel channel, because that's not all that I do. But I do I do talk about astrocartography, because that is the main thing that I do as like my business. But the channel itself is not specified only for travel. I do like a lot of lifestyle content. and locks and things like that. It's really just a channel about me. So I'm technically my niche. So I'm just going to be talking about all the things that are dear to me, but astrocartography that's definitely the top thing. You're welcome. So I believe that I was now about to get into setting our intentions, right? Thank you. We're going to be setting our intentions when we are traveling, right? So making sure if it's the moon line, we are going to be looking for houses, right? Manifesting in that way. If it's the moon line, we're going to be journaling and we're going to tap into our feelings and our emotional intelligence. And we're also, going to be a little bit more intentional with trying to, let's say that there's people in our lives, right, that we want to connect with again. You could use the moon line energy to do that as well. What it is that the place and the energy and that planet, it's allowing things to flow a little bit more freely in your life so that you can kind of, work through some things. No, just content creating for now. Let's go ahead and move on now. I think I already kind of talked about practical tips and how we can apply it. And I did give real life examples earlier as well. So I'll just give another example. So I have a trip coming up, right? And I'm going to Florida. And Florida is actually near my moon line. And although I've been near my moon aspect, I'm going to be way more on the moon energy. So actually I plan to do the same thing. I'm actually going to be looking at a few different houses. I'm going to be staying at other people's home because I'm actually going to be dog sitting. So that's another way that I can make myself really feel like I'm in the energy by staying in other people's homes and manifesting that. And then of course I get a free stay. So my traveling is on a budget, and that's what I love. And I'm really intentional when I'm choosing homes. They have to look a certain way. They have to be in a certain space, because if I'm, trying to be intentional about my travels, I want to make sure that the environment that I'm in is going to be conducive to that. Is there anything I can do to be more outgoing? I'm suffering from loneliness, but I can't socialize due to some mental blocks. Yes. So if you want to utilize astrocartography to change your environment to be more outgoing, you would want to go to your sun line. The sun line is all about it's all about you. It's all about you stepping into your personal power, you developing yourself, you not caring about what other people think. So what's going to happen is when you travel to your sun, you want to go to your sun ascendant line. So that's going to be all about you and how you express yourself. And it's going to, if you travel to a place, let's say your sun line is in, let's just use, for example, your sun line is in Jamaica. And let's say you travel to Jamaica and the environment there just makes you feel so good, makes you feel so at home that you begin to see, oh my goodness, I'm really not expressing myself the way that I should, because maybe you're meeting people there that's, making you want to express yourself a little bit more. They're trying to get you out of your shell, and you're actually saying, okay, you know what? I traveled here for this exact reason. Let me really put my best foot forward so that I can really get out of my comfort zone. So you want to travel to your sun line to release those mental blocks. And you might want to travel to your sun, I'd say, your sun moon sign. So the moon is all about your emotions. And if you're, suffering from loneliness and you're unable to socialize, the sun and the moon is going to be perfect for you. Those two lines, yes, those will really help you. So when you're looking up your map, and I do astrocartography readings as well. When you're looking at your map, I would look for your sun line first, and then I would look for any places that has aspects to the moon. And so when you go there, those places, but you have to be the one to say, okay, I know that I'm in this new environment. I know that I can meet a lot of people here. You have to actually really put the effort in You can't just, go to it and then expect for things to magically happen. So once you intentionally choose a place that's conducive to that actual energy, then everything is going to start to slowly, surely fall into place. But you just have to be willing to do the work, because the current environment that you're in is what's keeping you stuck and not able to express yourself. So once you go and you travel, you be really intentional about that, and then yeah, you should be good to go. But nothing's easy, nothing's overnight. So, you know, when you go there, it's going to give you that experience. And then when you come back home, if that's not a place that you're moving to, just keep up that same energy. Don't allow, the environment that you're currently in to keep you or to push you back into that state. All right. Let me see where I am. Thank you. Thank you for engaging, Kay. You're welcome. If anyone else has any questions, let me know. I think that was probably all that I wanted to talk about. So I'll just go ahead and recap, because those are all my notes actually. um, yeah, we talked about how to maximize your stay with that example that I just gave. And we can talk about common mistakes when you're trying to travel utilizing astrocartography. Thank you. You as well. So, what you want to do is don't go against who you are just to travel with astrocartography. And I know that that's probably like, the most basic thing to say, but seriously, like if you get a reading or if you look at your chart and you see the energy is something that you don't want, then don't go to that place. We're trying to use astrocartography to better ourselves, to self-develop, and to really continue to step into our personal power. So, don't try to use it in a way that's going to make you too uncomfortable at first. If evolution is all about being uncomfortable, so you're already stepping into that evolution by traveling, utilizing astrocartography, okay? So just make sure that when you're choosing certain places that it's going to be in alignment with exactly what it is that you want in your life, except for something that you might not want. So that's one of the main things I can say, and especially is what I was saying earlier. Like be aware of making sure that when you do go and when you do travel to these places, that you're actually exuding the energy. Don't just go there and expect for things to happen. Now, if you're on the descendant line, it could be a little different. A lot of things may just happen to you a little bit faster than the ascendant line. But still try to go there and embody the energy and just really focus on why you came there. So in ways that you can do that is by journaling, right? And making sure that you're clear on exactly what it is that you want to do when you go to that space, and you do it. So I really do feel like that was really all that I had to talk about. Astrocartography is really, something that I'm just loving, and it's a way that we can continue to be intentional. Someone asked earlier if my channel is about travel. My channel isn't about travel, but it's about us utilizing all aspects of life in order to be in our authenticity. And so that just happens to include traveling. And we do that through astrocartography, also known as locational astrology. So, that's the basis of what, my channel is about. And so I'm just kind of, making sure that I'm creating videos that that allow us to align with our inner being. And today we just so happen to be talking about travel. And I think I have a really good topic that's scheduled for tomorrow if I don't have to reschedule it. But tomorrow, we're going to basically be talking about how you can, we're going to talk about inconsistency versus alignment. And so that's a perfect example of, the different topics that I'm going to be talking about. So I really enjoyed today's live. I intend that everyone can kind of get an idea of how to utilize astrocartography in a very intentional way. So let's recap. We talked about what astrocartography is and how you can relate it to your life, the different places that you could go, the different type of energies that you can bring into your life just based off of using this amazing divination tool that's connected to astrology, right? I gave examples of how it has affected my life and the way that I'm traveling, utilizing it, and even my future trips that I have coming up, which is in Florida, and how I'm so excited for that one. And then we also talked about just, maintaining your peace and everything that's going to allow us to continue to utilize all of the cosmos that we have. So, hello everyone. Thank you for joining. And I really appreciate all of the people that we had in here today. Let me see if any comments were missed. Nope, I think I pretty much got everything. Had to push a couple of people out too. Yeah, so I think we are all good to go. I intend that you all enjoyed this live stream for today, talking about how we can be intentional about utilizing astrocartography. And so I will see you all in my next live video or in my next posted video. And yeah, thank you all so much for joining today.